Hey now.
Guys, happy Friday. Welcome to our show tonight.
We got a full house tonight.
Well, we have some real ruckus
Tonight
here.
we have everybody in the house. Welcome to our 100th show.
I think Larry's watching porn behind us. I don't know what all that is.
I don't know.
Trying to get
on my timeline.
this show on.
Yeah,
Text.
I'm
My phone
gonna
as usual. I
text it over to you.
Excellent.
Well, you can read everything comes up on the screen.
Yeah,
Or
Larry.
you can
get
tag
on
me
my
on
phone.
Facebook. You tag me.
I can.
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
perfect. Thanks, Lori.
Let's see.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Anyway, hello everybody. Yeah,
Big
this is I'm Bob Matthews here. I'm very
live and in the flesh.
grateful to be here on the 100th episode of
Living
hopeful. Woohoo!
that
And
awesome?
It's as awesome, and we got the heavy hitters because we also have a VIP guest tonight sitting right behind me here.
Yeah.
Uncle Larry's in the house.
Larry
Uncle
from the
Larry,
hood.
Yes, you know it's
That's great. It was a great day. It was a great surprise, Larry. Thank you.
Surprise. I'll try to keep it down tonight.
I sent
Well, I
it
wanted
to
to
you.
go off the-
No need to
Tag
keep
you.
it down tonight, man.
Nope,
Thanks,
it's a
Larry.
party today.
party. We got cake in the house.
We had cake, and I'll
Yes.
tell you, it's just a big night for me.
Yeah.
It's kind of exciting to see that we've had 100 shows so far.
It went by fast.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think it was about 2 years ago, right? So it was early 2021, right? And I
Yeah, it was
remember-
just after the COVID, like we were starting to get
yeah,
back
it's starting
into
to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah.
Pappy finally took his mask and his gloves off.
Yeah.
That's it. I
And
took
that's
them
all.
off. That was it. I was done with it.
Yeah. But I was probably one of the first 10 guests, probably, right?
Probably.
definitely.
Maybe one of the first 5 even. And doesn't seem like that long ago. And here we are, 100.
100. Can you
100.
believe it's crazy?
Yeah,
It's
wow.
and I hope that everybody, has gotten something out of it. I hope everybody is, liking what we're doing. I hope that we've helped you in some way. And we're going to continue to be here and hang out and share whatever, comes our way that we,
And Lori's
Come
getting
in.
bombarded with phone calls tonight. She's helping 2 people. So
yeah.
if you see her wander back and forth looking at her phone, that's why.
She's
Yes,
Got two
I
people.
may be stepping out.
She's on the crisis line.
The crisis line,
While
the
she's doing a
hotline,
show,
the bat phone
the
has been
hotline.
going crazy.
She made her chicken
Wow.
parm,
Yes.
famous chicken
Think we got a
parm.
call?
And we have a
Turn
caller.
up the volume a little. Hello, caller.
Hello, caller. We have California. Yes, we have California on the line.
Wow, we have a far reach.
In the house, yes. Just
Yes.
Living Hopeful has a far reach.
Yes.
Yes.
Around the globe at times.
Congratulations.
Well,
on
thank
your
you.
100.
Thank you.
Keep them going.
I'm trying.
Yeah, we got a full house tonight, man. All our close friends of the show.
Hi, Lori.
Hello.
Hello.
And
It's good to
Barb
hear you
said, Barb's daughter said to please say thank you to your mom for being her biggest cheerleader. So
Excellent.
We're supposed to have Burt Bacharach on the show tonight, but
I didn't make
He
it.
didn't make it.
Yeah.
he
I know.
had to back out at the last minute.
I know, yeah. We had to change the theme music.
Yeah.
Burt Bacharach to residual duct tape. And,
yes, exactly.
we,
Yeah, the background
Exactly.
music. It was the last minute
I'm a
royalties thing. Huh?
Yeah. I'm a fan, by the way, of Burt.
I know. We're hoping to get Tom Jones on next. I got my feelers out.
I'm gonna let you guys go so you have fun.
Yes. Oh, and by
Thank
the
you.
way, I forgot to tell you, Mrs. Bushik passed away. So, I-
His wife.
yes, she
Aw.
was 90. So I'm assuming it's his wife.
Yeah.
So,
90.
Okay.
I should only
Yeah.
hope to see 90.
yes, I'm hoping to see 60.
I gotta make 90 because I got some leisure suits in the closet. I'm waiting for them to come back in the style.
Yeah.
They're gonna come back. I've been sitting on
Well,
them
I
damn
made
things
it
since
to
the 70s,
so
and
I'm happy.
There you go.
So you guys take care.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Yeah, what's your mom's name?
Bye.
Patty.
good night.
Bye, Patty.
Hi.
So that was California.
Wow.
There's a big audience out there. We get there.
Yeah.
My
Across the whole
mother-in-law,
country.
my brother-in-law, my one sister-in-law.
Yeah.
They're
My-
faithful. Tune
Yes. We got my Eric. I don't know if Eric's in the house yet. I shouted out to him,
in.
but
Yes, he's on there.
Eric is in
Eric
the
is in the
house.
house.
Woohoo! Kathleen, Christine, thank you.
We got a big tote board over here. That's why I'm pointing at
Welcome.
people here.
Pretty
Yes.
high tech joint here.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
a big screen over here with all
We're
the
highfalutin.
Yeah, sorry,
float.
I'm kind of texting people back and forth, so bear with me
We're
as.
hoping to have Eric make a cameo appearance some summer. He might- he
Yeah,
might
one
not.
day. One
Going to visit, and
day.
he's going to record
Oh.
a song while he's here.
Yes, supposed
Might
to.
as well, yeah. They're
Yeah.
all in one house, under one roof.
Yes. So we are here. We are here to help anybody out there that is struggling. So if you are struggling and you want to ask us anything, you can either comment if you are capable of commenting, or you can give us a call in. If you are watching on the television, I understand that the number gets covered up by comments. So if you're watching on your television, it's 267-737-8031. And
It's
You know.
by comments?
yes, when the comments comes up on the TV, at least that's what Grandmom said. Just letting you know, it is 267-737-8031. Give us a holler if you want to call in and ask any questions. And tonight we're just kind of celebrating 100 shows. I was going to have balloons, but I didn't have time to pick them up. So
But we do have some sparkling cider. here.
yes, we do have. Bob did bring us in some sparkling cider that we're going to pop open.
I hired
in
a mime, but he couldn't
celebration.
make it. He has laryngitis. He canceled on us right after Burt Bacharach. I mean, I'm about
And
1,000.
just so you know, it's a Philly thing. Go Eagles!
Yes.
Woo,
This,
yes.
this
Go
Sunday
Eagles.
is going to be awesome. Can't wait. I'm loving the shirts. You know, grease my pole and all that.
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
I've
shirts
seen
that are-
grease pole cookies on the internet today. Did you see that?
Every corner selling shirts all day.
All the corners, all the intersections in
But
Philly.
they have
Yes.
cookies. It's got like
Ben
a
Salen's got
red, white, and a yellow M&M on it, and it's
Yeah,
just
it's crazy.
long
Yeah.
stick cookie.
I stopped at one
I'll
of
have
them
to
to
check
get
that
the kids hoodies, and they wanted $20. I'm like, no, not for, not original,
They just-
authentic.
They just ironed that shit on this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I had to wait for them to iron these shirts that I got for
Matter of
us.
fact, we have all the equipment to make these bootleg ourselves in this house, Bodo.
I put my order in already.
Yeah.
And I'd like to apologize, by the way, before we dive into our topic, for not wearing my Eagles shirt. I'm a little behind on laundry, and so I didn't want to.
Bob's a bachelor, and
Yes.
laundry is a big to do for him.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I didn't want to be inconsiderate and wear my dirty, smelly Eagle shirt. But I will be wearing it on Sunday.
Yes,
It'll be clean.
Jackson's like, I'm not wearing that. I don't watch the Eagles. And I'm like, I'm going to tell you this, little girl. The last time they were in the Super Bowl, you were just born. So she was,
All right, 2017, 2008.
she was 4 months old.
Early
Nobody said there's
2018.
going to be any math tonight.
Yeah, she was 4 months old, and she was one of our biggest, fans out there.
Yes.
We
yes.
she got her first Eagles shirt
They
jersey.
had her all done up
and-
in pink eagles.
You
and
know,
stuff.
it was pretty cool. So she was like, okay, I guess I'll let you watch it in the living room. I won't watch A is for Adley. I'm like, thank God. But
we have another we have Larry here hangs out with the hooligans in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Tailgating and
yeah. Now, did you
Well,
go
sport.
down to Frankfurt when they won the NFs? Was it the NF? I don't even
yeah,
know.
I was joking. I didn't actually go down.
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah, I did go down there though when the Phillies won the World Series. It was, it was a while back now, but yeah, but I didn't go down.
Yes, I'm going to make a shirt tomorrow, actually. And I can't believe, like, they're down there greasing the poles. And
You can make the
they're
shirt up,
still-
and then, like, depending on the outcome of the game, you can, like, add on to it after the game.
Yeah. Oops.
Almost.
So the
Yay.
the police are busy greasing poles. And
Yeah,
so they,
yes. And it was
hopefully
funny
nothing.
because one of the officers, it was posted on Facebook, somebody posted an officer rolling the,
Uh,
And we know him.
Oh yes,
rolling,
yes.
rolling the pole,
Our
and I'm
friend's
like,
husband.
Yeah.
oh, look at him, and it was her my
Yeah,
girlfriend's
yeah.
husband,
Yeah, it's
who's
her
a
husband.
captain, and
Yes.
that's how bad they were. They had to get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bigwigs out there and
A paint roller with
Greasing the
with
poles.
Crisco. I don't know what the hell they were
Yeah,
rolling
yeah,
with there
yeah.
in a paint tray.
I think it was Crisco. Yeah, they were.
So awesome for like one of them. What the hell's that game? When you spin the twister.
Twister.
Great for a twister game and roll down a twister toward that. That would be awesome.
But yeah, if there's anybody out there struggling, give us a call. We are here. I don't know. Somebody.
We got many minds here in the recovery world all around us. A
Three and a
plethora,
half.
a plethora of information. I always
Yes.
hated that expression, plethora.
Yeah, yeah. It's a weird word.
Dated. It's weird. Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not a natural
you
sounding
know, it
word.
doesn't come up in conversation a lot. And when it does,
No.
you look like such a phony.
Douche. Yeah.
Yes.
Such a tool.
A tool. Yeah. These are better
It's a
words.
Philly
Yes.
thing. It's a Philly thing.
It's a Philly
Some of
thing.
these statements, these words are.
Yeah.
You might not be familiar with them. It's a Philly
If
thing.
anybody used that word today, we apologize. Nothing personal. Maybe,
Yes.
maybe one of you guys
In the
used it
urban- in the
earlier.
Not
urban
making fun of
dictionary.
him.
Yeah, I'm making funny. Yeah.
What a John.
But yeah, it's I can't believe it's been a long time. I
Wow.
started this with my buddy John, and now here we are today. And I tried. We were going to do kind of a different show, but
Started out in our kitchen.
yeah, kitchen
That's
table.
right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Before this was finished, right? You guys were
Yeah.
up in the.
Had like the kitchen cabinets behind you with the
Yeah.
with the big fork and spoon hanging on the wall. Remember that? Everybody had that big fork and spoon when they were
Yeah, of
growing up. They
course.
just,
Yes.
I've come back into style too. I still got them next to my leisure suits.
The Corningware in the background.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Corningware.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although I don't have the classic, I have the cool one. You know.
Yeah, the Corningware with the blueprint on it with that funky handle that
Or
used to
that
clip onto the
green.
edge of the Corningware. You
Yeah.
could lift up,
Everybody
remember?
had that back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
So, it's been a nice run so far for 2 years. You've had a lot of interesting guests.
Yes.
A pretty big.
A lot of
variety
guys made a lot of
guests.
friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually next month I'm almost booked every week, every Friday for next month for Women's Month. So
Is that March?
Wow, a lot
Yeah.
of girls.
yeah, it's a month of women, successful women.
Oh, good. Maybe I get a sandwich around here.
Better watch it.
But I'm fine.
Christine,
That was a brave move.
Christine D will be one of our guests. She has never been on the show before, so she will be here. Barb will be back. And who else do we have coming up? There's a couple other ones I'm waiting to get confirmation on. But we're filling up on that. Oh, our Marge will be on the show. She is going to kick off.
Oh, nice.
Kick off Women's Month.
Marge was a crowd.
Yeah.
Marge G
yeah,
will be
March-
kicking
Oh,
off.
everybody
March
liked
3rd.
Marge.
Yeah,
March
March 3rd.
She was a big hit.
Yeah, she was.
She was a very big hit.
I remember.
Christine will be here on March 10th. And
I Whenever Larry's on, all them Russian brides call up on the show. That just brings off the hawk.
Yeah, all the ones that pull the plows.
And,
It's a
and
touche, Larry.
Barb will be here. I forget what
What,
week
our
she'll
Barb?
be.
The Barb?
No, no,
Okay.
no, no. She was here before.
Barb W.
No, not W.
Okay.
I'm not seeing any.
Anyway,
Yes,
look forward to seeing you, Barb.
yes. She was here not too long ago. She was just recently here on the show. And I really want to get a friend of mine on the show, but she can't be. We might have to
We're
put
trying
her.
to get some more hunks on here, ladies. Hard finding them young bucks that want to come on.
Yeah.
Me out.
We had one last week. He backed out on us, but
got
he had something come up. But
So
you're stuck
well,
with the three amigos here, the three old guys.
Three amigos.
Yes, we were gonna do a husband and wife, but something came up. So this is a show that I wanted to do for a while, but I really didn't know how to do it because I'm really not. I've just become familiar with the hardship of getting back into society when you have been away for a while, whether it's in rehab, in jail, in prison, and learning to live a life in
Trying to assimilate back
Recovery.
into society.
yeah.
I mean,
So
we're going through it with someone we know very well will remain anonymous. Is who's struggling getting back into the mainstream with technology
with
and
just technology alone,
and stuff, and all you take it for granted, And we're
Yeah.
getting by, but it was a little struggle in the beginning and very frustrating.
Yeah.
Sure.
You go in with a flip
him.
phone and you come out with a smartphone, and it's like, what the hell is all this shit?
Right.
But he's working it out. He was a little frustrated in the beginning, but it's coming together.
But it's getting there. And I know a couple people that have been away for a little bit, and then they come out, and it's just like, what the hell? Like, how do I do this? How do I? And I know. The one thing that I can honestly put out there that I know is a wall that goes up is ID, birth certificate, insurance. So I putting this out there, if you have a loved one that is active, please, even if it's just a copy, get a copy of their ID license,
Yeah,
get
put it away.
their insurance card and their birth certificate, because these are all things that are going to be needed to come back into society, to go into treatment. A lot of that wall goes up and causes a wait. And when you have to wait, that window that is this big just closes tight, and they're off. They run, and they're right back at it again. So, as somebody that sees that wall, just make sure that you have a copy of everything and put it into your. We have a caller.
Oh, it's probably Larry. Oh, wait, he's right behind us.
Hello, caller.
What we told
Hello, East Coast.
Hey, hey.
How are you guys doing?
We're good. Go Eagles.
Yes.
Yes, go Eagles all the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations on your 100.
Oh, you're
Yeah, keep up the good work. You guys are doing good.
well. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm calling about the technology part. You got that right.
We're trying
I
to stay
know.
anonymous.
I didn't say my name. So anyway,
This is Victor Shakopoulos.
Oh, we heard about Victor.
All right.
Yes. Hey,
All
Mr.
right, Pat.
Shakopoulos.
all right, Pat. Anyway, Yes, I know all about the flip phones. How come they don't have a dummy phone? That would be better.
Yeah.
They
that-
do. It's called the jitterbug. It's for senior citizens.
Oh yeah,
Got like 3 buttons
That's
on
right.
it.
or
that's
the
what I should have
Obama
got, I
phone.
guess.
Yeah.
But I'm working on it. Well, you guys keep up the good work.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks for the
Yes.
kind
And,
words.
Yes,
Good to
you
have
guys
you
are
out
on.
there.
Yes.
Thanks.
And happy birthday.
Oh, well,
Early
thank
birthday.
you. Thank you. Yes. Tomorrow will be my
Anyway,
the last
Oh.
year in my 50s.
That's right. It's Lori's birthday tomorrow. Yes, yes. Wow,
Yeah.
all these
Yeah.
celebrations.
My last year in my 50s.
Wow. Okay.
yep,
Yep.
I'm still a pup. Anyway,
And thank you. Yeah, not by much, Bob. And thank you.
I love you guys.
All right,
Yes,
buddy. We
thank
love you
you
too,
for-
man. Be safe.
Yes, thanks
All
for
right,
Thanks for
calling.
tuning in.
Bye, Victor.
Man,
Bye, Victor.
last day in her 50s. I met her in her teens.
My last
Wow.
year in my
Wow, I
50s.
would
My
never
last
know it.
year. I have a
I
year
thought you had
left.
quite a few years. In
I
your
have
50s.
I
Hey,
have a
one more
whole year left.
Wow.
And one day.
Right. Your
So-
birthday came fast because I remember when first turned February, I realized Lori's birthday's this month. I said it in the group, and now it's here already. It's
Yep.
like, oh goodness.
Yeah.
It's fast.
And you know, you're only as young as you feel.
Absolutely.
I'll be 59 tomorrow, and my body will be 92. So, hey, you know. But yeah, it's just looking at all of those hurdles that you go through to get into recovery. It's so important that we have those things at hand for our loved ones. Whether they accept a copy, I don't know, but at least you have something that can help you at least get that information.
In the event of something should happen, you don't have to go scrambling
Yeah.
trying to put these things
Exactly.
together. And it's,
So let's say, breaking this down, so someone gets out of prison and they're going back home, or they need to find an apartment or get a vehicle or I guess any official government business, right? They're going to need identification, so basic identification, right? Renew
Yes.
their driver's license or get a non-driver license, social security card in a lot of cases, right? Yeah.
And then just getting back, because you may be there, hey Barb, you may be there for a long amount of time. And, when they're getting ready to come back into society, and I just helped someone out with this. And first off, you need a place to live. So there's so many things you have to have lined up when you get out. So if you have a loved one that is in jail, is in prison, and they've been there for a while, if you haven't gotten if they don't have access to their birth certificate or their social security card is a little hard because you have to be there for that. But getting their birth certificate, anybody can get someone's birth certificate. You just have to have their name, their birth date, and who you are. And I think it's like $20 now. When I had to get my birth certificate because I couldn't find mine when I got married, it was like $10. It's up to $20 now.
Oh, is it?
But it's important that you try and take those steps for your loved one because they're behind bars. So for them to make these phone calls, they only have a certain amount of time. So trying to help them process that, moving ahead. I know I pulled the birth certificate. I can't pull the Social Security. Social Security is so difficult to get through.
Yeah.
But, where they need to go, who they need to check in with because you're on parole. So depending on what you're in prison or jail from, you have to maybe go check in with the police department and register there. You need to, figure out how you're going to have money. Like,
Speaking of, other thing is hard. It's hard to get a hotel room if you don't have a credit card.
exactly.
That's true.
Like who the hell has a credit card? You just get out of jail or
Unless you're on
prison.
Route 1.
That's a good point.
Well,
Yeah,
one of them
those are
scary
cash.
places.
Yeah, Route 1 and- yeah,
Route 1 by the
Route
hour.
1, yeah,
But
yeah.
Bring your fluorescent lamp.
Up where Al's Blue Light Cabbage used to be. You want that for a whole night or for 4 hours?
Hey, the Lincoln Motel was a fine establishment.
Oh, we've got another call.
we had
Man, we're
another.
popping tonight.
I forgot I'm on this.
That's probably, that's that your sister? Let's see.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello. I just wanted to say congratulations, Sissy.
Well,
I
thank
got,
you.
I got
Joe.
ideas, big.
Well, thank you. It's the 408.
Well, thank you. I thought for calling.
Another California.
And it's early happy birthday to you.
Well, thank
You're
you very
catching up.
No, I'm not. You'll always be ahead. Always be 4 years ahead. Just for the record.
Well, you're 4 years. You just have to put that in there, huh? 4 years. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Me
It's
and her are
good-
actually
it's
the
good to see
same
Bob
age, but
back
I
on.
look much better.
Like seeing that. What was that, Pat?
I said we're the same age, but I fool people. They think I'm much younger.
Well, I love you guys. Keep up the good work. Hi, Bob. It's good to see you there. I love
Hi.
that sexy bald head of yours.
I love your.
Don't forget Larry.
I
He's
love
in the
her.
background.
Larry's actually bald too. That's
I
a
see Larry. I was
toupee.
getting to it. Don't worry. Hi, Larry. Rock and roll, Larry.
Rock and roll Larry, he is. He's the
Rock and roll.
It's
rocker.
always good to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say congratulations and happy birthday. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'll talk to you later from
All right.
not so sunny California.
Yes.
Bye.
Nice meeting you.
Well, thank you for calling and the kind words.
Yes.
Very nice.
And it was a
How's the feedback tonight?
None.
very
Better?
good. Yes.
Very good. No feedback.
Yeah, no technical problems.
Very good.
Oh, good.
But you seem to be outside because
Good.
your wind's blowing.
Oh, I heard
Oh.
feedback.
Yeah,
Heard
Reason has
feedback.
got a
Heard
head.
It's only 6:30 out there.
Well, thank you very much for
All right,
calling.
love you guys. I'll let you get back to it.
All right. Love you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.
That's my sister. But just let you know that it is Barb K that will be here.
Oh, she's
to
funny.
do.
She's
funny. She's hysterical. She's awesome.
funny and serious.
Yes. So she'll be here the week just before. She'll be here the Friday before the dance. Actually, she'll be here on the 17th.
17th.
So,
on St.
So
Patty's
let's
Day proper.
dance.
Yeah, so she'll be here the 17th. And that, don't forget, if you are out there and you want to go to the dance, I have tickets. It is March 18th, so hit me up.
Be there or
They're
be
going
square.
fast. They are going
They're
fast.
a hot
And-
tamale.
And from what I understand, the DJ is way better than the one from last
From
year.
last year, much better than the one from last year.
That's what I
I heard
heard.
that too.
That's
I
what
heard
I
That's
too.
never die, is it?
No.
That's
No,
never gonna-
that
will
that's
never
gonna
die.
fade out. Nope.
So let's get back to seriousness.
So-
But these are just some of the things that I was helping someone get through, because when you're leaving, it depends on what you do. I was helping somebody that was going to be released back to where their issue had started, but they needed to go somewhere else because they knew that if they went back to here, that it would just be trouble. So they needed to go here. So it's very important, if you are supporting your loved one that is in prison, to reach out to the counselors, to reach
I was
out
going to say
to
that, yes.
their supervisors.
Social workers,
Mm-hmm.
counselors.
And they were very helpful. They were a lot more civil than we expected. I mean, you know what I mean? Because you got to treat them with kindness to get kindness.
If you
I
play
got
with
no
that,
respect.
you will make a lot of noise in the microwave. In the microwave, in the
That's
mic.
it. I'm trying to find water.
So, and this is just the things that I
Too many
went
things on
through.
this day.
That I went through to help someone, and I'm very glad I did, because it turned out for the positive as well. However, they may not have that family support, so if there is somebody that you know that is coming out and they don't have a place to go, then they're going to be released to either a halfway house. I don't think you wouldn't go to a recovery house. You would go to a halfway
A
house.
halfway house, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I worked in one, by the way, in my early days in the field, and they're basically treatment centers.
Right.
They are covered
By medical,
by
aren't
medical,
they?
yes, and they're staffed by professionals, and that was for me, it was a very valuable experience, professionally and personally. I learned a lot. And like Lori's saying, there's a lot of help there, and the purpose is to transition people back into society, and make it, to try to ease that transition. Some people also get early release, early parole, and they'll go to a halfway house too, and they'll do what they call their tail in the halfway house. But you bring up a good point, Lori. There are a lot of services out there that should definitely be utilized.
Right.
And usually counselors, social workers will help them with these things. They're basic things, but they're really important, though. You're right.
Right.
Getting your state ID, birth certificate, all your legal, your papers, all your business stuff.
Yeah, and that's important. I mean, even coming out of a rehab, you still usually when you're coming out of rehab, coming home is probably not as big as it is
From jail, yeah.
from jail. But the person I helped was lucky enough to be able to go home. They had that support, the family support. So when you don't, then it's, where do they go from there?
Right, and you got to get the ball rolling ahead of time. You can't wait till the last second. I mean, these are all things that got to be addressed. And like Lori said, where are they going to be released to?
Yeah.
Right.
Of course, they want to send you back right from where you came from, pretty much, right? That's the way it was, like where he was.
Well, there's a thing called the home. It's called a home plan, actually.
Okay.
And
And
that's the.
I know she had to jump through hoops and
Yeah.
talk to them, but they're pretty helpful. I mean,
Yeah.
and had this person released, to another area.
And that's why I wanted Bob on tonight, because of this particular topic, because Bob worked in that field. And
Well, he was a matron in a woman's prison for a while.
I don't put that one on my resume. I was going through a
For
weird.
me.
I was going through a weird phase around that time. I'm trying to forget that period of my life, Pat. He brings it up all the Thursday at my face all the time.
I just can't let it die.
but these are things, and when you have that family support, that's the most important thing. But a lot of times you are released to where the crime was committed and not allowed to go where you want to go.
Right.
And that, so without
Absolutely.
that, if you have the family support, it's important that you reach out and you start that process of them coming back out into the world.
I don't want to derail anything, but we have gender neutral bathrooms. Why do we have gender neutral imprisonment?
Well,
that'd be
don't
nice.
speak too soon.
That would be crazy, wouldn't it?
That'll be the next thing.
One for
Yeah.
women, one for men, and one for whatever.
Gender neutral incarceration.
Yeah.
Yes,
Whew.
yes, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Well, so they, there's a whole thing when someone's released. or when their release is being planned, it's called a home plan. So where are they going to go to? Where are they going to live? And how are they going to? It usually includes all these details that we're talking about. Getting, integrate back into society or work, right? Or a job training program, right? Or school in some cases, right?
Right.
And resumes too, job preparedness, right? And
Work histories.
developing work history.
I mean, you can try to remember all these dates at the last minute and trying to put it together. So,
Yeah.
you start that ahead of time, and
Right.
you're ahead of the game.
And it's good for, especially when you're in jail or prison, that a lot of this stems from alcohol or drugs. And if you have followed the program, I know that one of their release things is making sure that they have a plan for meetings.
Yes.
Barb, we can change the topic if you need to talk about it. That's what we're here for. We can go back. Don't hesitate to.
Oh man, really,
Ask.
at any time.
We're flexible.
We
yeah.
We are very flexible.
I'm here to help anybody with what they need help with, and we bring a topic and
We can switch gears at any moment.
right, and we
You
can
got
come right
something that's
back
pending?
in.
By
Yeah.
all means, bring it up.
We don't
Yeah,
have. We're here till 10:30, so.
Yeah, hit us with
Hit us with
comes up.
what you need, and we will be here to help you.
We're ready.
So,
We even have we even brought Larry in to field some
Comic relief.
some,
Yeah.
Yeah.
some-
And he
some-
brought his
some
Tokino
Not just
game
another
with him.
pretty
curveballs.
face. Yeah.
yes, and if you want to call in and ask, it's 267-737-8031, or pop it in the comment, and we will talk about it. That's, and we will go right back to our topic once we, that's what we're here for. We can jump around all we want. So, I'm here to help you. I'm just trying to bring topics in as well. So, but I want our listeners out there to be able to
Feel comfortable enough to.
ask a question
Yep.
and get the help that you need. So, especially if you're struggling, that's what I want to be.
Absolutely.
First
things first, as we say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got something you want to get off your chest?
Yes.
Do it now.
So I went into rehab, and the person who got me in a place, it was out of network. With now I got $3,000
It was like
bill.
30,000, right?
Okay, so that would be something that you would have to contact the facility and see what they can do, how they can work with you on that. That's definitely something that you would have to work out with the facility and also with your insurance company.
Yeah.
Definitely with your. And how much was that?
30,000.
30,000.
30,000. Yeah.
Went up another
That-
zero. It's corrected or something.
Wow. Okay. Well, that often insurance plans will have certain out-of-network benefits too. So you might want to explore it further because with our patient, I work in outpatient now. By the way, I used to work in residential, but we have our patients run into a lot of different snafus and all kinds of stuff with their insurance. You get bills they shouldn't get. So sometimes with the insurance company is you have to be kind of persistent with them, and,
Right.
and just keep on them and talk to supervisors and stuff like that. I would do that before paying the $30,000.
Yeah, I
goodness.
wouldn't pay that until
Yeah.
I want an itemized list.
Yes.
Because a lot of times they overcharge and
Yes. Or they get the terms of the plan wrong too. And,
Right.
So because again, a lot of plans do have out of network benefits too. So
Right.
definitely look into that.
I would definitely advocate for yourself. I would be on that phone with that insurance company and with that facility.
But they play you sometimes on that, not to follow through on things and all. They
Right.
I mean,
Absolutely.
they're trying to save money too.
Absolutely. They count
So
on people.
they try to
now.
scare you and they try to
Right.
bully you.
And a lot of people, they'll just like, okay, that's just here. I can't give you that amount right now, but here's a payment plan that I'll be on. Bullshit. Call them and say, listen, I
Yes.
want an itemized list of what you charged my insurance company. And then you talk to the insurance company and say, listen, this, that, and the other thing. And
Yes.
more than likely, when you call them and say, I want an itemized list, that 30,000 will probably be $3,000. Like that, be an advocate for yourself and get your insurance company involved in that.
And they like to pump up the bill because a lot of times they know they're not going to get the entire amount. Especially
Right,
like
yeah.
with Medicare things, a lot they pump it up because they know we're going to get a percentage of that. So that's probably a very exaggerated number.
Yeah, I would think so too.
Yeah. I would definitely fight that
Yeah,
to the bank. Like, yeah.
because I don't. I'm just trying to think what would 30,000, because I know a lot of treatment facilities are about 600, 700 a day roughly for residential, right? You know, multiply by about 30. So it doesn't come. I mean, it comes up to a lot, but not 30,000.
Right. Right. Yeah, definitely, because something's just not right there unless you were, getting spa treatments every day and
Right,
equine
right.
therapy
And
and,
passages.
massages.
You know, if there's any listeners out there that are more familiar with the billing practices and all in this, I mean that's not our forte per se. In other words, anybody has any experience
Yeah.
in medical
Or
billing
more.
and such like that.
That's a good point, Pappy.
I know we do have some friends that are familiar with that do that. I don't know if they want to come on.
Yeah.
I know they watch the show. They sit in the background.
I wish
Right.
our office manager at Northeast, I wish she was here, Kim. She's excellent at this stuff.
If anybody,
Yeah.
anybody
She's
out
really
there
good
can
at-
shine any light on that, that'd be most graciously accepted.
Yes.
Yes, and if you
It's
could
tough.
send me a little message on what the facility was, because that's I would fight that all the way, all the way.
Because it sounds like that nothing was covered by insurance.
Right,
Yeah, like
right.
nothing.
You know, yeah.
Right, exactly. And what happens is when they charge, like I am on Social Security disability, and when I have to go get blood work, they'll be like, oh, well, this isn't covered, that isn't covered, and that is, and like, okay, well, then find the number that covers it, because that's what we need to do, because I'm not paying that, because I just can't. It's out of control. So be an advocate and tell them, I need an itemized list. I mean, I'll tell you, when I was pregnant with Richard and I went through the process, I paid $35. And it was, I think, by the time he was born, it was like $109,000 because of all of, I had a
How about what they tried to charge me for your wooden leg that time?
I'm telling you.
We got a used one. Stayed big time.
But
I put it on the
they-
planer.
They sent
my
me an
proof?
itemized list, and that little box of tissues they had on there, $10. They
Yeah,
charged me
it's-
for a box of tissues
Yeah.
that I didn't even freaking
Didn't
use.
use it.
Like,
Inflate stuff.
I'd have brought them home.
Oh my
hadn't I?
God.
Yeah.
so advocate for yourself. I want an itemized list. Scare the shit out of them, and they're gonna be like, oh.
Yes.
So, yeah, because that's not right unless you were getting like bathed in gold or something.
That's
That's
the
insane.
best thing you could come up with.
That is insane.
Would that be like a shower?
Charge everybody
I
gallon
don't-
to take a shower.
I don't think she was getting a
What would
golden,
you call
a
that?
golden shower in her
I-
in rehab.
Bob
I hope
said it. I didn't
Yeah.
say it. That was Bob. Oh, Bob.
Yes. So please, yeah, ask for the itemized list, and that will scare them a bit. Doing that.
Yeah, and if you have any friends or family who are savvy with insurance and all that, with this sort of thing, because some people are really good at it. Like our office managers, I mean, it's her job, but she's really good at it, and she advocates for our patients in ways that it's difficult for them. So yeah,
Yeah. So just do that. Make sure you get that itemized list, and I hope that helps
She
you
said Barbara said she signed an agreement for $500 out of pocket.
out of pocket, right?
And she paid, and I don't know. They went with that. I'm kind of confused, but
Yeah, that's what I would do. That's and again, if anybody out there is familiar with any of that, please, hit me up. I can get you in touch with Barb, and hopefully we can get her the help that she needs.
it's the insurance game. It's all about insurance. I mean, anything with recovery. I mean, you're always battling with insurance companies
Yeah.
one way or another. Mm-hmm. Just trying to even get them to cover you to go in the first place. It's like
Right.
I know.
they don't want to do what they're designed to do. You know what I mean? They fight you tooth and nail.
Right.
They don't want to cover anything. Like, why are you even in business? You know what I mean? What's this
Right.
all about?
And then, you have these places that are not on the up and up too. So, that will scare the shit out of them that you're going to get an itemized list, and they're going to be like, oh shit, they know that,
And
we
she's had
can't.
good insurance, so they've seen that. So that's like
Uh-huh.
cha-ching, cha-ching, Mm-hmm. That's just like,
It's just she has good insurance. She shouldn't get a bill for $30,000.
the people, they just love to take advantage. Like, not that it has any relation, but like, I'm in the DJ business, in the entertainment business, and I see the prices change for catering and such. Now, like, if we were having Bob's retirement party, just saying, it might be $50 a plate. Now we're having Bob's wedding, which I'm just making pretend here,
Okay.
just forecasting.
Yeah, gotcha.
It'd be like $110 a plate for the same chicken, roast beef, and all.
amazing. Yeah,
Everything's the
yeah,
same,
yeah.
but because it's a wedding, everything doubles or triples.
Because they figure people are going to have more money.
Because that woman's been planning her whole life for that
Yes,
wedding,
yes,
and you're not
yes,
going to
yes.
cheap out, and
Yes.
Right.
they just take advantage of people. And insurance companies do the same thing. They take advantage of people. They see you got that great insurance, like money's no object. She got that
Right.
great insurance.
And
That's
that-
the same they do with
right.
with parties like that. And all.
Yeah.
Even the DJs. I mean, when I charge, and like these wedding DJs charge, holy crap! I could quit my full-time job if I was doing them big $30,000 weddings and all. But
Yeah.
I don't want no 30,000. I'm just throwing that number stuck in my head, but that's what some weddings are going for today.
Wow.
And these guys get like $2-3 grand
Wow.
to DJ these weddings.
Wow.
They charge you for every light,
hours
every this stuff.
work.
Like it's like people always trying to get over on you, and all different aspects of life like that. It's terrible.
Right. And, it is what it is. It's, that's what happens. It's your wedding day, It's.
Well, that's
and-
just a little tip of the outside. Anybody planning a wedding, that's the God's honest truth. I've been doing this a while, and I hear that, and they think money's no object in a wedding, especially a first wedding.
Oh,
So
yeah,
like,
sure,
and they
of
charge
course.
us for every light. Like, oh, do you want those pretty blue lights all around the hall? Well, okay, it's like $20 a light,
Oh my gosh.
and then there's 20 lights. You know what I mean? And so there's like,
And nickel and
it's
dime.
to change the price just gets outrageous.
Nickel and dime, yeah.
It's a racket, and insurance is a racket.
Well, Barb, we
So-
wish. I'll ask around on my end, and I can contact Lori. If
Yeah.
I find anybody.
Yeah, we'll
who
figure something out.
Who could
Because,
assist
I
her
mean, that's
figure
something
this
that
out.
will help us too, help me in the long run if something like that comes up. So if I've helped somebody get into somewhere and they're coming back to me at that, like, I don't know what happens once I say go here. You know, I don't know what your insurance is or what have you. So, yeah, keep me posted on that. That's definitely something that I would be interested in learning from my end and being able to help a person go forward. So, yeah, but I mean, even me, it's like when I get these bills, it's like, wait a minute, no way, no way, what, no way. You know, I saw the nurse practitioner. I didn't even see the doctor that's charging me $140. Like, no, bullshit. So,
Yeah.
you know, always take a stand, because especially with this, our seniors, it's just, you know, okay, I was sick. This is what happened. Okay, here's my money. Like you just,
Right.
you just can't. You can't. You have to be, you know, you have to be, you know, an advocate for yourself. Just
Yeah. On
Just-
the clinical end and the business end.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And just like being in prison, like you have to have advocates to help you out of these situations.
Navigate the
And
system.
some of these rehabilitation centers have all kinds of great scams going on. You know, I realize like they're charging for like urine tests every day for people.
And you
Right.
haven't even had
And
one.
they don't even have one. You might have had one the whole time you're there.
Yeah.
And they're like $300 a pop.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's like I've heard that many times. That's a common scam.
Yeah. So just be an advocate for yourself, because that's an awful lot of money.
Absolutely.
And you know, pay $2 a month. As long as you're paying something, they can't do nothing to you. So
I mean, isn't that laid out up front to you what's going on? I mean, that's what I don't understand. Do you go to a facility, you don't
well, you just have.
discuss any of that with you in advance? I mean,
Well, they do, but you're
right.
you're
Not in
withdrawing.
the best frame of mind. And
Right. You're withdrawing, and you can't, especially now, you know, you can't have anybody go in with you because, God forbid, it's COVID.
right.
Oh, goodness.
know.
Yeah, they've that craziness going to. Eric said they charged them $350 for an ace bandage at an urgent care.
I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We are being raped and robbed by insurance companies
That would be an
today.
elastic bandage, Arg. We don't use any brand names on this show. Not it's like cellophane tape. It's not Scotch tape. And Lori did say a box of Kleenex. They were tissues.
Tissues.
They were not Kleenex.
Well, and they
shared
weren't
tissues.
even Kleenex.
They were brand name.
Yeah, right. There's a no frills tissues.
Exactly, sandpaper,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. They still make no frills. No,
Yeah.
I think it was Pathmark, right?
So yeah, that's definitely do that, Barb. I hope that helps you, and I hope you keep us posted on that, because
Yeah.
that's bullshit.
You know, that could be a topic for a show in itself. Navigating the system, the medical system, right? Or
Exactly.
mental health and
And she's
medical.
got she said about what she has. She has a very popular insurance company. A high, very good insurance. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you were getting. I think there's a typo somewhere in there, because
Well,
that's
well,
insane.
yeah. Also,
0 or 2.
also a good insurance companies also they will not pay if an insurance company thinks that a charge is, in my experience, is unwarranted or whatever. The insurance company will fight stuff too. In fact, we know they often dictate the terms of treatment too, right? So
Yeah. I mean, and unfortunately, relapse is part of, a lot of people's story.
there's no beer drinking going on.
Yeah.
this is a
Root beer.
Stewart's
root beer.
Stewart's root beer, guys. Yes, I get paid in root beer when I come here. Compensated in root beer, which is
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if they relapsed or not. I mean, it's unfortunately that's what happens. And unfortunately, not all rehabs are on the up and up, and they do have people doing body brokering, and you have to really do your homework, or have your loved ones do the homework, and look at their alumni is a good place to start to see how big their alumni is. I think that tells you a lot about a recovery house, about a rehab center, about, you know, anything that would involve that. Because if you have a lot of people sticking around after, you know,
That's a good point.
you're in your treatment process,
Yeah, if they stay connected to the facility, that's a very good sign. And,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
know our facility is good, very good with that. We have a very robust alumni. You know.
and that's so important. Like I always, you know, look at these recovery houses and their alumni and how many people are going back and doing outings or doing, you know, barbecues and coming back for anniversaries and stuff. I know our family parent group will be celebrating our 10-year on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. And I know in the past, which was last year, the room was packed and everybody brought food. This time we're going to have food brought in so we don't have so much left over. But so many
Leftover food
people.
don't bother me.
Same here.
Me
Yeah,
either.
I just eat it. You know.
Yes, the family parent group is 10 years strong. And, you know, just to see the people that come back, and they may not be at the meetings every week. They may not be there, but we're all connected. We're always in contact with each other. And even when we're not, if we see them out or whatever, we're a tight group that, you know, want to know how we're doing, how our loved ones doing. So, just putting that out there, it's important, you know, and that's a big, you know, sign that you're at a good place. So,
Absolutely. Yeah, it's reputable and people
And
are
it
still
helps with your
connected.
sobriety, the help of mine, keep in touch with the people who got me to where I am today.
right.
Yeah, that's true, Larry.
You would have never got them cath implants if we didn't talk you into it. You got such a better stature now.
Yeah. So keep all of that in mind because, you
You know what
know,
another insurance ripoff is? This we're talking about is ambulance rides.
yeah.
God forbid you got to take ambulance
Oh,
ride, and
gosh.
God forbid you get in a bad car crash and you got to be helivac. Holy
That could be
mackerel!
like $40,000
Easily.
Holy
Easily.
mackerel.
I know
Oh,
people that
man.
have gotten hit with that bill and their insurance company, we're not paying that. So then your car insurance company fights with your health insurance company. Everybody's fighting and
Nobody
you're getting
wants
these
to
horrible
pay it.
bills.
And
Yeah, it'll
you
give you a
just-
heart attack in
Medical
itself.
Yeah,
costs are
here's
so-
here's $10 a month.
Yes.
You know,
Had I known
Fight
that, I'd
amongst
have
yourself.
called an Uber.
fight amongst yourself. When I'm
It's not an
dead,
Uber ambulance company.
I like that idea.
yeah,
Charge you $100.
Yeah,
Sold.
yeah.
Might not make the ride. I don't have any hot training.
oh, and you're screwed.
I'll drive you there. I'll turn my truck
I mean,
into a makeshift ambulance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Larry out there with a white suit on
Yes.
with a stethoscope. Who knows the difference?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard.
So, anybody out there have any comments or anything that they want to add to our
It's a
topic?
great topic, though, Barbara, to talk about. It's something that has to be discussed. I mean, it definitely.
Absolutely.
That was
It's
a great
It's
question.
a reality.
Of our prison also coming back into, you know, society out there. It's a hard thing to
Yeah.
you know,
Assimilate back in society.
Yeah.
It's- We don't realize even like a short, well, not a short stint, but we think prison we're thinking 30 years, 40 years, even like 12 years. I mean, or so. I mean,
It's a
a
long
lot
time.
happens during
Oh,
that
yeah.
time, and you're not.
Barb, don't be sorry. That's what the show is about.
Oh,
We
yeah,
are here
definitely.
with the topic,
Absolutely.
and if that's why I say in the beginning, if you have something that is really on your mind and you need help with, that's what we're
That's
here
what
for.
the show's all about.
No apology
You know.
necessary.
No, it's
And
apology
you can
needed.
ask my son. I change topic all the time. I'm all over the place. So
It's all good. Yeah, we've had many topics since the show started. But, Lori, you were talking about with the prison reintegration. You were starting to talk about the need for treatment too, because a lot of our, well, at least in the world that I work in, the substance abuse treatment,
You got water? You got-
most folks that I worked with who were in prison, most of the time it was drug charges. Not all the time, but the vast majority, probably 8 out of 10 times, it was some drug related charge or drug related crime, right?
Or mental illness.
Or mental illness, yes. And so getting out of prison, Lori was starting to see the importance of having services ready, right? Or a program or meetings, right? That's included in home plans too, by the way. And with the prison social workers, counselors, psychologists, they put within the home plan does include mental health, substance abuse treatment, or it should, and also medical care too. Our ongoing medical care. Some people, they get out and they have chronic medical issues, right? They need to keep up with them.
And you got to be careful. Don't assume they're doing everything in your best interest either. Though, like assuming they're doing all this. Ask questions.
Sure.
Ask them, well, how's this part coming along with that and all that? Because we were kind of led astray at one time, and we thought certain things were put in place. I mean, with our loved one, as far as like car loans and this and that they sure, well, we're going to notify this people and that people that he's in treatment, and a lot of these things weren't done, and we put it in their hands. We should have questioned more on things and all. And it's tough though, because the HIPAA laws, they just they don't want to answer anything about anything, but yet they tell you they're going to do this and that. But if yes, well, how's it come along with that and all these? Yeah, we're working on that, or this is so.
And it's a matter
You
of
got to stay on them and keep them
Right.
because they're handling a lot of caseloads.
That's true too. Yeah.
So they're not
Yeah.
like to put all their eggs in your basket. There, what I mean, they're working a lot of caseloads, and things get overlooked and this and that and all. You got to be diligent and make sure that things are being put in place, so that when the time comes that you're released from the facility or whatever, that it's not just total chaos for you. I mean, like, oh my God, what do you mean this and that? I
Night,
thought this was
Barb.
supposed to be taken care of. Good night, Barb. We know you got a big
Night,
day
Barb.
tomorrow. Doing that barista-ing, is that a word?
barista-ing. Yeah, but that's, we have to be vigilant for our loved ones with all that stuff. You don't think about that stuff. You just think that the system's going to take care of it all.
Right, that's true. Right, yeah.
And I know like who is it that does that in the rehabs?
Patient care coordinators.
Yeah, patient care coordinators. Like it's this, we're thinking they're taking care of it all, and that's awesome and that's great. But what are they taking care of? What they're taking care of is trying to make our loved ones step up and do what they need to do. And if they're not ready to do it, then they're going to lose out on a lot of things. And this HIPAA is HIPAA just pisses me off because you're dealing with loved ones that aren't thinking normally.
Right.
Their minds are
And that's not really to protect the patient. That's to protect the insurance company.
insurance
Sure.
So their ass
companies.
don't get sued for this.
Sure.
Right.
They don't care.
And you wonder, you look at HIPAA and you think, do the benefits really outweigh the costs or the liabilities, or do the positives outweigh the negatives?
Right.
You got to wonder that, right?
I mean, and even HIPAA is for like dementia patients. Dementia patients can't make
Right, that's true.
their
And I think HIPAA is to protect the caregivers from the insurance companies, so they're not calling up and checking on things and finding out prognosis and how people are coming along. I mean, so
the insurance companies can say, get them out. They've been there for 3 days.
so who's left behind the patient?
Well, that's why you have to make sure that there are always releases of information. So that usually there are individuals and family members that the professionals can talk to, right, or who can contact the care facility, right, and the releases of information, consents, right, make sure that you're on there. You know, and now sometimes in the case of people who are in there for substance abuse treatment, they will, if they're not motivated for treatment or staying, they may rescind those consents, right? And then you know your loved one calls and they hear, we cannot confirm or
Confirm or
deny
deny.
that.
That's all they go. Do you think they like this? They're like robots. Do you think like their phone service provider called? Did you pay your bill this month? I can neither
Can I
confirm or deny.
Right.
Like they're so quick to say that.
Yeah.
It's like that.
And that's where, you know, when you get that, I can either confirm or deny, you know, they're not there anymore.
Right,
They're
exactly.
gone.
Yeah,
They're out.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna
You
try
know.
that at dinner one night when she asked me. Well,
Pappy, where were you tonight?
How was that chicken parm? I can neither confirm or deny.
But that, now, what do you feel is the most important thing for a loved one integrating back into society after prison?
Again, it all. There are a lot of things that are important. It depends on the individual and their circumstances. If substance abuse issues and mental health issues are a big deal or important to them, right, or played a role in their incarceration, that would be high on the list, right? And of course, the basics, of course, having a place to live and having family support, or good friends, right? Getting employment. I mean, those are all really important. So there are the basic things. And then, and again, most of my personal experience and professional experience with people with substance use issues and mental health issues, so that was really important too, maintaining that. And you know, these, I'm sure you've heard it, you know, relapses. Even there are relapses sometimes even after long incarceration periods, and that can be really tragic, right? Because they can go back to old people, places, and things, right? And then they think that the whatever drug of choice they're using is the same as it was back in 1988. you know?
Exactly.
And they're-
Exactly.
And it can be tragic. Now it's loaded with fentanyl. You know, and in the case of
And besides the chemical aspect, there's the psychological aspect. Because now you got the newfound freedom. Now you got different emotions and feelings and ramped up and all, and like it's taking you back in your brain, like the things like. I mean, addiction is like I know with nicotine, it's like it's a threefold type thing. There's the mental, the chemical, and the physical aspect
yeah.
of it all. Where you equate like certain physical activities to smoking.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
when you say about-
conditioning. Yeah. Like
So addiction, it's on so many different levels.
people, places, and things can come back.
Yeah, so like you've been
really,
incarcerated
even
all
after
that
many
time. Now you got this newfound freedom. And you run around and
That's
you're
true. Yeah.
going around seeing people you used to know and this and that. And you're going to barbecues and stuff like that and all. Just
And go buck wild.
And
Yeah.
and it's so hard, especially when it's a spouse, and the spouse says, "Come back home," and that is the hardest thing, because at least if it's your child, you can say like, "Okay, this isn't a good fit for you. Maybe you need to seek that halfway house
Right.
or your own." You know, somewhere. Usually they're going to make you either go home for your probation period or go to a halfway house.
Right.
But if it's a spouse, you know, they're going to come back home.
right.
And when you come back home, it's people, places, and things. And that is so hard and so difficult for some people. I don't care how long you've been gone, but you're going to come out. You're already suffering PTSD because you've been in, you know, you've been told when to wake up, when to do it, how to do it, you know, what you're supposed to be doing. And now you come home and it's just like, okay, I don't have to get up. Like,
I don't have that structure that I got so
Right.
accustomed to.
Oh, in right inside
Right.
in prison, the structure. That's a good point. And now you're out there. It can be very intimidating.
And
even recovery.
and our love and you get very frustrated, and that's where our loved one is. It's very frustrated with the technology, and you get just so a bundle of nerves, so frustrated because you feel inept. You know what I mean? Like I was never like this. Like I have
Right.
this
Yeah,
this
yeah.
this freaking cell phone, and it's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
And you know who you are, sir. And like that the very
It's,
first thing out the freaking window. It's like,
It's like, what's this? This doohickey.
yeah,
here,
it is,
right?
and it get angry with himself.
It's
you know
like
what I
call
mean?
me because I don't do texting. It's like that's fine, but I do. Like I've been
Yeah.
and I can be the first one to say, you know, my son would text me. I'm like, I would call him. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm your mother. You don't text your mother. You call her. Like, I pay for the
Now
damn
you're showing
phone.
your age. You're showing.
I pay
Everybody
for the
text.
damn phone. So you're going to pick that up and you're going to talk to me. I'm not into texting. And now it's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm your mom, but what are you doing?
Come on,
Not that he answers, but
come on in the house for a minute. I want to talk.
yeah. So,
My wife texts me from the bathroom.
Yeah.
No, these are all really good points. Yeah, the finding new structure and yeah, depending on how long someone's been incarcerated too. Right, they might be kind of I hate this term, but it's valid, institutionalized too. Right, and that is a thing. That really
well,
is.
even in rehab, like you're there for 90 or 30 days, 28 days, you know, and, you know, you're used to being homeless on the street, doing your own thing when you want to. Now you're in rehab.
Yeah.
And they're getting you up to have breakfast, go back, clean, you know, make your bed,
Routine and structure.
go to this lecture, go to this meeting, go to this group, have lunch, do this, do that, like, and then after 30 days, you're home and you're like, okay, what do I do? Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're not in a recovery house or a sober house, you know, they make you go get a job. They make you do the chores. When you go home to the family and they're like, you know, take the trash out, and you're like, oh, screw you. Like, I just did that for 30 days. You're not going to make me do it now. Like, so it's
You're not
it's
my boss.
yeah. Like I'm an adult. Yeah.
Or just the opposite. The family's afraid to ask you to do anything sometimes. Because, oh, we
Yeah,
don't
God-
put any
God forbid, walk
undue
in-
stress on them, you know, like, don't relapse. Don't relapse. Don't
Yeah,
even
I
bring
Can't
that
make
up.
you motivated. That's
No.
what it is. You
It's-
have to motivate yourself.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
walking on eggshells
You got to learn
sometimes.
from being in rehab, being in a recovery house. And my point was, you know, I learned that's how I got the discipline that I needed to carry on. It's keep going to meetings, keep talking to my sponsor. It's like, you know, 30 days, I see so many people, I know so many people, in 30 days they think you're cured, and gradually, I did a bit, you know, I did it the first time around. Went to rehab, did nothing afterwards, went to a few meetings, you know, that pink cloud thing, you know, it's just like, right down the hill I went. And so now it's like, I gotta do it every day for the rest of my life. I gotta stay on top of myself, and no slacking.
No.
No slacking. No matter how many years you get sober, if you just stop, that,
Right, that's why people come to grips with it it's a lifetime disease.
yeah.
You never cure it, you just learn how to maintain it and to keep it in submission or remission. What's the word in remission? Like any other disease. I mean, you know, and people don't realize that you just learn to live with it and to deal with it. But it's a lifelong disease that takes constant, you know, work on your part.
Yeah,
to
You
yeah,
do.
keep it in check. And
It's a work in
Vigilance.
progress.
people get
It's-
complacent and they say, I'm good now, you know, this and that, and they let their guard down, and
Right.
it's a slow relapse. You can see it. It might be over years. You see it coming, you know, where hey, you start
Little by
doing
little.
things you weren't doing this. Well, I'm just gonna go to the bar. I won't drink. You know, I'll sit there with my
Right, right.
friends, and everybody's sitting. You know, it's
Little by little, it's
Right.
a little kind
Five
And you
years
know what?
down.
And I think for people that are coming out of all of that structure for so long, I think it's so important that therapy is one of the steps you take, because you are suffering from PTSD. Like, you know, were you put into what are the solitude, you know,
oh,
They-
yeah.
you know,
Solitary. Yeah.
solitary, like
Yeah.
like you know, were you abused in there? Like there's so many.
Well, you're under
That's a good
constant
point.
pressure, and things
Right.
can change at a drop of a hat at any
Yeah.
time. I mean, it
And-
takes its toll on you.
and it's important
Yeah.
for you to get that therapy. You know, I'm not saying, you know,
And you're more likely, especially coming out of the penal system, I mean, you're less likely to seek help because that shows weakness. And you just went through 12 years where you don't show weakness.
Yeah.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to keep
Yeah.
your swagger up and everything. You don't want to appear weak. And then, like, to come out, like, you may be feeling the ill effects of PTSD and all that,
Yeah.
but you're afraid to reach out.
Yeah.
A lot of people in prison have been traumatized.
Right.
A lot of men.
And the same people off the streets and active addiction.
Sure,
When
too.
you're in the throes of addiction and homelessness, you don't show weakness, especially down in the city.
Down
down in
there,
Kenton.
yeah, right.
I mean, they will devour you. You show weakness, so you always got to keep your guard up and play the tough guy out. Even I, when I did outreach, I'd be out there with 8 women all trying to help. You know, maybe I'd be lucky I had another guy with me. So everybody's eyeballing me because I'm the threat, the only threat
Yeah,
there.
right.
You know what I mean? And I got to keep my swagger up, even doing outreach, handing out free stuff and all, because you don't want to look like a pushover.
Yeah.
But on the same token, you don't want to be a dick because then they got to challenge you because you're overplaying your card. You know what I mean? And they don't want to be. So
if you're a threat
it's
to
like,
them.
it's this whole ground. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, so you got to keep your swagger, but you can't overdo it. You lay it on too thick, they will
Sure.
call you on it,
Yeah.
and you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And Eric, congratulations. 31 years yesterday.
Oh,
Nice.
And
good deal, Eric.
Um,
Good stuff.
you know, beautiful, and he has so much to offer. He is so awesome at being there for the next person, which is all about recovery, like being there for the next person, giving to those that gave to you. Like, it's just so important to stick with that and stay with that. You know, and when you start getting complacent, you start forgetting where you were and how you got there, go back to the 12 steps. Do your steps over again. Especially if if you've gone through the rehab part of it and you have found your sobriety in prison, in jail, and you did work the 12 step if they had that available to you. When you get out, do the 12 steps again, because just keep going back to that, because that's what's going to get you where you need to be. And you know, just hang on to that. That is like the most important thing. Doing the things that got you where you wanted to be is going to keep you where you need to be.
Keeps you grounded, keeps you centered. And Larry ain't gonna want to hear this part, but it's like religion. I mean, you just don't go to
Sure,
church when you're young, just the rest of your life. So, well, I got that out of the way, and never go back.
Well, it's
You always
similar-
try to keep it fresh and
Yeah,
keep your
yeah.
mind.
And
you
And it
gotta-
has the rituals of a religion, actually. So it's not a bad
It's a
analogy,
spiritual
actually.
type of thing,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
as
Yeah.
opposed to
Yeah.
any particular religion type of thing. You know, that's what they say in the book and all. And even the people when I go to when I was going to like really religious type of meetings where it was almost, it's almost sickening. I mean, it's one thing to be in recovery; it's another thing that they try to convert you, but it's, it's. I went to the meeting today. I chaired, and we're talking about, what got me there, and one person commented on, like me not being a very religious person, and they don't understand how I could be that way, and I told them, well, we're here, this is AA, this is not Vatican City. I said, we all came here,
You would look cool knowing big hats, but anyway, go ahead.
yeah, and it's like, well, you have God, that's great, whatever gets you here, we're here to help ourselves and the next person that comes in. That's the purpose of AA.
Sure.
And I tell them, I go to agnostic meetings online, on Zoom, and, there's nothing God about it. Couple of people say, I'm an atheist. I said, I don't care, I don't care, if you get on your knees every day or you don't get on your knees every day. It's like, why are you here? You're here to, to try to rearrange your life to the better, and stay away from alcohol and share your problems with everybody else.
Yep.
And, you know, but some people, yeah.
That's yeah, and it is. I'll say it again. My uncle always said, you know, and he was raised Catholic, you know, but he was like, I don't care if I'm struggling, I'm having a bad day, and I have to look at that doorknob and say that's my God, then that's my God, that's my higher power, that's who's getting me through the day, and you know that's what it takes. And you know what, Eric, that's what we need to see. We need to see that, you know, it is possible. It is possible to have 31 years. It's possible to, you know, live that life the way you need to live it. And sharing that is amazing.
Yeah, that's why, you know, it's important. Part of in the fellowship, the 12 steps being the most popular one. Having people share like Eric's doing right now, or people when people speak, or when Larry speaks too. The newbies really need to see this, because right now in treatment in my outpatient caseload, I have a lot of new folks, and I have in my the site, the outpatient site where I work, we have a lot of really new people. In other words, people who were tested positive at work. We have a lot of safety sensitive people. They work safety sensitive jobs, and if it wasn't for their job getting in trouble at work, they would have never come to treatment.
Exactly.
Right.
So I work with the new ones. The other sites have maybe people who are more seasoned in the system and in the treatment, right? So anyway, my people, some of them are getting sober for the first time, and they're really they're at the point now where, you know, they have, you know, I don't know, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months sober, sometimes more, and they're asking me, Bob, am I ever going to feel have fun again in the way I used to have fun? Am I going to, because I don't really, my old hobbies don't do it for me anymore, right? And life just seems gray and boring and bleak, and I tell them, and we give them education about how the brain and body heal, right? Their dopamine levels are still a little out of whack, and their brain chemistry, the rewiring of the brain is still a work in progress. And we encourage them to part of their self-care, not only go to meetings, that's important in the structure and the sponsorship and all that, but also going out and having some fun. I mean, fun without chemicals, I want to say. But, you know, and that's a really big task for them. It really is. And so for this weekend coming up, we had to go through a whole thing. It's a big deal being in Philadelphia and the Eagles in the Super Bowl. So how are you going to enjoy the Super Bowl sober? Right?
Yeah.
This is a big thing. I know it sounds,
That's going to be
some
a
people might
huge
sound
thing
silly,
too.
but it's a big thing, right?
Bigger than Christmas for Philly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt. Yeah, right.
And we were, Ashley and the kids took me out to lunch for my birthday today. Nifty 50s will be closed on
Wow.
Sunday. I think at like just before the game, they're closing the doors so that their employees
can
can
watch.
enjoy
Yeah.
the game. And but again, we have to worry, like that could be a trigger for our loved ones
Absolutely.
that are fresh out of rehab, that they're used to pizza, wings, and beer,
That's right.
you know, and shots at every, you know, touchdown, or,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Maybe-
another shot
maybe-
for every flag. Like,
Yeah.
this is, you know, what we have to be,
That's true.
you know, aware of.
I'm
This
just
is,
glad you didn't say for every home run. She were really embarrassing.
but that's the important thing. And just like them are being a family member, not seeing any hope, because, you know, growing up, the people that I grew up with, most of them have died because of an overdose.
And old age.
But when you're fresh into that, that's all you're seeing
Some of
is
our friends are in their 80s.
you're seeing you know, people that are overdosing and dying, and you're not seeing the hope, you're not seeing the light. So when your loved one is in rehab, it's just, you can't even fathom that there's a possibility that they'll survive and live. And then it's when you are at an event where they have speakers like Eric sharing his 31 years.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like Lar, what was you just
6, yeah.
6 years.
Yeah.
You know, when you're there and you're sharing that, and you're hearing their story, and their story's worse than your loved one's story, like, okay, and they've made it. They've been here 40 years. They've been here 10 years. They've been here 6 years.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, there is a chance that they'll make it through. And that's what we have to hold on to. We have to hold on to that hope, whether we are the person that is in recovery, whether we are the family member, or whether we're the person that is still actively using. There is hope, and there is help, and don't hide from the triggers. Treat them like Mount
Adversity
Adversity.
and conquer them bitches.
and conquer them bitches. You better believe it. You better believe it.
So yeah, that's a good point, Eric. Not, you know, we tell our patients to reintroduce themselves to their triggers, sensibly and slowly, right, and cautiously, and get back into life. Not live their whole life in a bubble, right? And yeah, some triggers are unavoidable. I know it's if you're driving to work, or you live in society. You just go to a supermarket and there's alcohol there, right? Right when you walk in, and the produce, at least here in Philly, right?
Are you good?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Sparkling apple cider?
Yeah.
Apple cider.
I'm driving, but I'll think I can.
He wants his in a dirty glass.
And here, sparkling apple cider, non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic, yes.
But we are celebrating tonight with our 100th show. Bob brought us some bubbly, and
Oh, thank you.
we're going to celebrate 100 show.
100 shows. Wow.
On it.
Thank you. Larry, you gonna have any?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm
Larry's-
driving, but I think I can handle it. Yeah.
Rich,
It's
do you
not
want
that
some?
rot gut you used to be used to.
Oh yeah,
Richie doesn't
good
want
old
any.
steel
No.
reserve. Yeah.
That's why I said dirty glass. Larry likes the
Bud
cowboy
Ice
terms.
and guy, you know.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
Well, thank you, Bob,
Yeah.
for bringing our bubbly,
Yes, thank you very
yes.
our
much.
non-alcoholic bubbly,
Yes.
and everybody.
Cheers to 100
Cheers to
episodes.
100
The
episodes.
recovery.
Yes.
To you,
Yes.
I'm with
Recovery
you.
and
We still have a couple
Salute.
minutes.
And go Eagles.
Go
Go
Eagles!
Eagles.
EAGLES, Eagles!
Eagles.
But we still have a couple minutes, so if anybody wants to chime in, or
Quite tasty.
It's a good year.
yeah, it's a good year.
Is it 20?
Martinelli's, I love Martinelli's apple juice. The little apple bottles, you know, they look like bottles, but
Yeah.
they're clear apples.
they're
Weren't you
good.
supposed to taste test it and spit it out? So,
Yeah.
Roll around.
Spit nothing.
Twirl
out,
it
yeah.
around. But I want to thank Bob. Bob is a person that comes back often and has a lot to offer
offer,
our
right?
audience, as
know,
well
and I
as
think-
Uncle Larry back here.
Larry.
And Bob is a trained
Convenient.
professional, and the donated services always to come in, man.
Yes.
Anything for a root beer.
I-
right?
Anything
That's
for
right.
a
That's
root
right,
Root
very
beer.
kind of him.
Yes.
Well, not only do they provide me with the best root beer in bottles, no less, but tonight, for the first time, I got to experience Lori's famous chicken parm,
Yeah.
which I've been hearing about for years now. And finally, I knew it was going to be good, but it exceeded my expectations. It was
Well, I'm
really
glad.
good.
I'm
Years
glad.
ago, you would have had to go to the pub to get a meal like that.
What, over in Jersey, the pub 1.5 or whatever it was?
Oh, yeah, that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yes. So.
Everybody knows what that.
Over the flooded Admiral Wilson Boulevard.
Boulevard,
I know nothing about it because I'm too young. Much too young.
I remember because I'm much too old.
But if anybody has any suggestions for topics coming up. We will have amazing women next month. The whole month of March, we will have amazing, strong women.
The amazing.
That-
I'm putting a poll up in the studio.
Barb will probably get a kick out of that. But I'm still in the works with one other woman, and
This my friends of ours were recovered, but they're all good friends of ours. Lawyers, when we're talking about taking a salsa class, right? And I'm reading their comments on social media. And he says, well, Doylestown has a pole dancing class. Well, I'll go if you go. No, so that's all I had to read. I started busting their chops all over. But all women
not you.
on
No.
poles. Come on, you're gonna break a hip on that pole. It ain't gonna be funny.
so we're coming. Well, it is time. It is 10:30. Anybody out there that has any suggestions on topics coming up, please feel free to reach out to me, text me, call me, whatever. I am here. I am listening. If you are struggling, please call me 267-737-8031. We are here. We are listening. Everybody have a great week. I will.
And don't forget, next month there are women. Hear them roar.
We
right.
are
That's
what we're
women.
gonna tell
Hear
them.
us roar. You better frickin' believe it. It is Women's Month.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna have nothing but women out here.
I'll be afraid to call.
And we, as always, we'd be remiss if we did not thank our generous sponsor, the Golden Corral.
The Golden Corral.
And an extra thanks for reinstating Pappy and I in January.
And their patience in
And
the
their
matter.
patience
And Forsaken
after
Recording Studio. Thank
we
you
gotta
for
thank
giving us
Forsaken Recording
100
Studio.
Forsaken the
shows.
yes.
He's our behind the scenes man,
Which-
our engineer behind
Our
us.
engineer,
Yes.
Mr. Engineer, is.
You don't see him. There's actually
he's
5 of us in the
the
room.
genius
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Yes, and don't forget we have what's his
Larry.
face back there in the picture. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Jack Nicholson.
Oh yeah, thanks
He's
to Jack
here
Nicholson.
always.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
always here.
he has a presence in the studio.
So
yes.
everybody
Here's
have a
Johnny.
great week. We are here. We are listening. And Mama Static, Eric.
I'm static out
Love
there.
you.
And don't forget, people, you can call that number 267-737-8031 at any time if you're feeling a problem, you're feeling a little overwhelmed. Give Lori a holler, man. That's
Yeah.
what she does.
Yeah.
Call Lori.
So
Call me, but
everybody,
don't call after 8.
everybody have a great week. We will see you here next Friday. And
That's it. Well, remember, man, recovery works if you work it.
peace out, everybody.
Good night, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Everybody.
Drive alone on a road that no one knows. I used to run from the things I couldn't change. It's been a while since I let it bring me down. And lately I've been taking myself out. Letting go of who I used to be. Wave goodbye to all the memories. I nod my head and turn my back to the world. And just